for any defense, not just the Eagles.
Brady throws, pass caught, first down. That's Brown.
It's hitting on all cylinders right now.
Play action, and wide open over the middle is Evans to the 40. Stiffened up against the Panthers and got that win. Here's Fournette, regular season Lenny. On first down, picks up 7. Brady, pass complete, Godwin. Brady, Godwin makes the catch, first down, first and goal at the 6. And the Eskin family, 2nd and goal. Brady keeps, throws, and caught. O.J. Howard for the touchdown. Hurts has a lot of room now in front of him. First down. Hurts buying time, throws, and caught. What a grab by Watkins.
He does actually get his hand on it. He sure does. That's what. And for Watkins to be able to adjust and make that play, just terrific. So the adjustment that he makes, unbelievable.
Pass is caught by Ertz. Well, they just called a personal foul on Miles Sanders for something that happened at the end of that play. Hurts airs it out, looking for Watkins, and an adjustment and a foul call. That's Rager, rather.
On some of the deep balls.
Defense, number 35.
First and goal from the 5. Hurts keeps, wide open, touchdown, Zach Ertz. What a nice answer by Philadelphia. Underneath, pass is caught. Fournette again. 3rd and 2. Quick throw, Godwin, first down, pitch and catch.
And it's a little bit contrary to the kind of style Jonathan Gannon, the defensive coordinator, would like to play.
Here's Fournette. And just slams into Singleton. Meanwhile, 2nd and 7, they hand to Fournette. And he just, so many weapons. And he said, that's why I came to Tampa Bay. We all knew that last year. Might be
fun because he's just back there dealing the ball to the open guys.
He's got all day. He's got Brown. He's got a touchdown. No pressure on Tom Brady. And wide open was Antonio Brown with his 4th touchdown of the season.
Front for this Philadelphia offensive line.
On 2nd and 9.
Playing next to those guys like Jason Kelsey.
Pass is broken up. Whitehead got his hand in there as it was intended for Rager. Brady throws, pass is tipped and intercepted. Is there for Philadelphia if it stands.
After review, the pass was incomplete. It'll be 4th down at the 45-yard line.
So they don't get the interception. And on 2nd and 11, good protection. Pass is caught for the first down. Good protection again. Aired out, far sideline, and picked. Intercepted by Dean.
Hurts is just trying to lead it down the field, but Dean ends up becoming the receiver on the play.
Over the middle, pass is caught. Great first down.
Now also, he does from time to time get safety help.
Here's Brown. Nice move, good blocking out there on the edge. Play action, Brady slides, that's Fournette. Breaks 1 tackle, and not even close to bringing him down was Davion Taylor. Brady for Howard. O.J. Howard breaks 1 tackle. First down again for Tampa Bay. Brady guns it. Pass is caught. Fournette Touchdown. Leonard Fournette gets number 2 on the season.
Same with Antonio Brown. And I think both those guys deserve credit.
How about Barrett chasing down Hurts? Can't get there. And Jalen Hurts shows his speed. Hurts can't find anybody. And a lot of contact. No flag, and the pass incomplete.
It could be affecting him a little bit.
Here's one downfield. Wrong page of the playbook and picked. Brown the target. Intercepted by Anthony Harris. And now he gives to Slay. And Slay wrapped up. Big takeaway by the Philadelphia defense.
Carolina, but they're doing it.
3rd down and 10. They need something. Hurts trying to do it with his legs, and he can't as the rookie Joe Tryon-Shoyinka.
The crowd letting them know they're not happy about this.
At the half, 21-7. Hard to do so far. Play action, and they dump off to Ertz, who has to use one hand to grab it. Hurts throws, sideline throw, and that is just broken up, really, in essence. And 6 more Super Bowl wins. Pass is caught over the middle.
And loves a pass rush on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, the penalties have been driving him crazy. Here's a pass caught by Antonio Brown.
He does call it the way that he sees it, and he doesn't care who you are.
Fournette, 1st down plus. And finally dragged to the ground. Here's Fournette. Boy, there's a lot of room. Seems to be a recurring theme as Brady throws, and Fournette. 2nd down and 8. Brady sets up a screen, tight end screen for Howard. Just throws one tackler, I believe Singleton. Departed friend. And he was just that, a buddy, a friend. 1st and goal after that completion from the 9. Fournette. That was easy. Touchdown Fournette. Everybody got paid, but they all wanted to come back, and why wouldn't they? Hurts with all day, airs it out. Downfield, and a flag.
Definitely is a grab here at the end of this play.
Number 32. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. 1st down.
This ball needed to get thrown. Now he gets it out there. I think this was a good call. And then him getting the ball thrown to him because he runs good routes. He's got great speed and quickness.
Screen for Ertz. There's an inside handoff, a rarity, and the fans love it for a 1st down.
When he has it in his hands.
Hurts keeps looking for blocks. Hurts back of the end zone and out of bounds, incomplete. Hurts has room, has speed, has a touchdown.
Crowd's starting to get into it now. If they're able to make a stop, force a 3 and out, it'd be huge.
Underneath, pass is caught. Short of the 1st down is Gio Bernard.
And I half expected to see him here tonight.
Here's Hurts out to his right. Chased. And able to complete. Hurts protected. Down the middle. There's the rookie Devontae Smith.
And delivers a perfect ball.
Another handoff. And the crowd still loving it as Miles Sanders gets 11. Hurts scrambling for his life and throws back. It's incomplete. Elliott misses. Played straight here with Ronald Jones and a good run on first down. Here's Jones. Gets about 9. Flag is down back in the Javon Hargrave.
Offense, number 76, 10-yard penalty.
He's really played well through the first 5 weeks.
Great.
And Brady's been willing to take the underneath throws.
Blitz coming. Bucs pick it up. Pass to O.J. Howard, and a first down saving tackle is made by Jannard Avery. Sanders.
A lot of structure within these routes to attack the defense.
Here's a rare carry by Miles Sanders. 6 carries for 40 for Sanders. How about some more? Another good run. Hurts gets the edge. Hurts, touchdown, Philadelphia. They're 3 for 3 this season. They are 4 for 4. Quez Watkins, 6-point game. Here's Fournette. Lowers his shoulder. And a flag down on the sideline.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting, defense.
Wow, that's a big one.
Told the clubs don't put the officials in a position to have to make a decision here.
Pass underneath, caught by Brown, stumbles and then rolls. It is Brady out to his right. Throws, pass, caught. It's Brown. Along with everything else he can do. 2nd and 11. Brady, great. Nice catch, and he's down inside the 10. They need a stop. Brady's going to take it and get it. A 6-point Tampa Bay win.